This new DHS report accuses us of mobilizing violently against blacks because of our new black president. Now, at the New York City Tea Party, which is supposedly full of a bunch of rich, white racists, I saw about as many blacks as I did pretty young women, and there were many of those. There were also Chinese Americans, many of whom had signs to the effect of, if I wanted to be communist, I would have stayed in China. Incidentally, I talked to an Eastern European American with a similar sentiment. Now, if we were mobilizing racially and violently, do you think that the blacks and the Chinese and everyone else that was there that was not white would have felt welcomed or safe in that vast right-wing throng? Frankly, I know more racists on the left side of the aisle than I do on the right. At least my right-wing racist friends admit to it and try and work against it. Everyone's a little bit racist sometimes. But you can't fix the problem unless you admit it and work on it. But even when they do, it's usually more an opinion of a neighborhood, not an entire race. But to hear some of the things that come out of the mouths of those guys on the Obama side of things, I tell you, I work with one group of Obama supporters each week, and I would say probably 75% of them hate whites and the police. You never hear anything about them causing danger to society. Personally, I feel much more troubled by the culture that says kill the police, sell the drugs instead of seeking valid employment, and while you're at it, it's cool to demean women. Yeah. Instead, we get a report on the right wing labeling us as dangerous racists looking to violently overthrow the government. Yeah, they're warning that we're stockpiling munitions. Of course we're stockpiling ammo. You're about to tax it. You're about to make it harder to get. You make something harder to get, people want it. We have currently the most anti-gun rights government in the history of the United States. I know liberals who are buying target pistols before the Obama makes it impossible. I'm about to get myself a nice 22, maybe a Ruger. If you don't want us to make ourselves stronger, don't threaten us. I don't plan to use my little 22 target pistol to take down a government. It's a vote. I'm voting that I believe in my personal right to own and bear arms. I'm voting in my society's right to maintain a militia should, heaven forbid, it become necessary. A little revolution now and then is a good thing. I pray that we never again need to put down the hand of tyranny by means of force. I pray that our hands are not forced by an invasive government. See, we think about the consequences of our actions, and I, thank God, have not seen action. But I take offense from my friends, my bright economist friends, coming back from Iraq. I take offense to the idea proposed by this DHS report that they would become terrorists. Believe me, these are true patriots we are talking about. Well thought, highly educated, moral citizens. If ever these citizens are moved to do what this DHS report suggests, it will be because they have been spat upon by the government that they lay their lives willingly on the line to defend. If, heaven forbid, there were a bloody revolution. And there will not be, because we respect human life. We comprehend the consequences of our actions, and we weigh the outcomes before we take action. But if there is a bloody revolution, it will only be because of the tyranny of England returning to our shores in the form of our own native government. I think George Orwell said it best at the end of Animal Farm, when the socialist pig leadership had moved itself into luxury of the farmhouse while the non-government classes sweated outside. The socialist pig leaders had already begun to break their vows to the citizens of the farm. They were compacting with the enemy of the state, man. George Orwell closes his fairy tale about socialism with the line, "The creatures outside looked from pig to man, and from man to pig, and from pig to man again. But already it was impossible to say which was which."